Hi friends, Aitherea here, and today I'm going to be talking about the best content and features that are coming in 7.1 and also the 7.1x patches. We just had a live letter that talked about all of this stuff, so I'm pretty hyped. This is not going to be a live letter recap by any means. This is not a live letter summary. This is basically just this, like, me yapping about the stuff that I'm most excited for. So if you want a live letter recap, Mioni has a really good one, and so do some other creators. But that's that. Let's get into the yapping. The first thing I'm excited for that's actually coming in 7.1. So 7.1 is coming on Tuesday, November 12th. So by the way, if you are trying to get any series Malmstone rewards from the PvP thing, I'm pretty sure you gotta do that before the 12th because I think they're gonna get reset into like new rewards and stuff, so that's just a little aside. But anyways, the first thing I'm excited about that is actually coming on Tuesday is the Beast Tribes, the PeluPelu Allied Society. I call it a beast, it's not a beast tribe anymore, it's an allied society. But yes, the PeluPelu Tribe, Allied Society, whatever you want to call it, are coming in 7.1. And I have always loved the Allied Society quests because, first of all, a lot of them have really cute stories. I really enjoy a lot of the stories. Actually, the Laporte one, I think it made me cry. I do cry really easily, I will admit, but yeah, I think I cried at that one. Let's see, what else do I like about them? Did I say you get a mount? You always get a mount. That's really fun. They're really great for leveling jobs as well. It makes it really easy and really quick, a nice little boost of EXP, and they take like 10 minutes. And there was also some beast tribes in the past that even like unlocked this little instanced area that was really pretty and would have been like really nice for screenshots. So beast tribe allied societies are fantastic. And I love them, and I'm really excited to see it. And I will be leveling Black Mage with that because I hate Black Mage and I don't want to play it. So thank you to the Allied Societies for allowing me to level things without actually having to touch them and without actually having to torture my fellow players in roulettes, because trust me, I am the worst Black Mage you will ever meet. You do not want to meet me in a roulette. Okay, moving on. The next thing I'm excited about is the Alliance Raid, the Echoes of Vanadiel. I've always been a fan of Alliance Raids. I will say the Endwalker ones were ever so slightly disappointing. I liked Aglaia a lot, but I just felt like the other two past that were a little bit too easy. I feel like whenever there's new content, maybe not as much for dungeons, but I mean, even for dungeons, I would like it if this were the case. But whenever there's new content like an Alliance Raid, I expect to wipe. You know, at least like once throughout the entire thing, but preferably like maybe once on every boss, because I feel like when something is new and we don't know the mechanics and we're still like working our way through it, it shouldn't be so easy that you're never gonna wipe. So I love doing stuff like this on content because it's not as hard as like an extreme trial or a savage, like nowhere near. It's still kind of like cozy content for me, but especially on drop, it allows like a little bit of like a fun discovery of like, what are the mechanics, like figuring that out, wiping. It's just a lot of fun for me. So I'm really excited for the Alliance Raid. I will say, unfortunately, the gear from it, doesn't look very good to me. I think this is, I'm not sure. Is this supposed to be like a Final Fantasy 11 like thing with the gear? I don't know. But the pictures they showed of the gear, I believe that's supposed to be from this Alliance Raid. I just wasn't really impressed, but you know what? Not everything has to be for me. Moving on. We're also getting a third extreme trial. I really love extreme trials because they allow me to have a little bit of a challenge. They give me the opportunity to actually press healing buttons and execute challenging mechanics without being as intense as Savage, because the thing about Savage is that you're usually gonna be progging it for like weeks, if not months, where a lot of extreme trials, it'll probably only take you, I don't know, a handful of hours of prog before you can get it clear. At most, if it's like a really difficult extreme trial, maybe it'll take you like 2 days of prog, but they're a lot quicker in that sense. They're kind of like a bite-sized version of Savage, if you will, where it still has like the challenging mechanics. You still have to focus up, you still get the opportunity to heal, but it doesn't take as long to prog usually, and the DPS checks are usually quite a bit more forgiving than Savage. So I love extreme trials. These ones also have wings as their mounts. All of the Dawn Trail Extreme Trials are giving wings as the mount, which is really, really cool. I will say I don't love the wings from the 3rd Extreme Trial because they're cool when you're on the ground. They have like this really cool little glitchy effect, but I honestly hate the crap that appears when you fly. I don't like it at all. I honestly, like, I wish they would give us just like some basic wings. Like, I just, you know, like the fashion accessory angel wings, or like any of the cute little like butterfly or like fairy-esque wings from the fashion accessories. I literally, like, I want that, but as a mount. Like, why did, like, I'm sorry, this is a little bit of a rant, but why do all of the Extreme Trial mounts have to have like tails and shit on them? Why can't they like just be wings? Like, I don't mind like the glowy effects. I think the glitchy effects on the mount from the 3rd Extreme Trial that's coming out with 7.1 is cool and all, but like, past the effect, why does it have to have a tail? Why does it have to have like, it's not really a tail, it's like robotic plugs or cords or something. I don't know, but I don't like that stuff. And it's kind of the same for like even the 1st and 2nd mount. Like the mount from the 1st Extreme Trial has like the plumage tail, and I just don't want it. I just don't want that. And the 2nd one has a tail too, but it's better because the wings are better. But I'm just like, oh, can we just get some like basic wings? Just wings with nothing else. It's okay if they have like a little bit of a glow or something, or some sort of sparkly animation, whatever, but like basic wings. Literally just give me the fashion accessory wings. Okay, anyways, that was a rant. Let's get to the next thing I'm excited for in 7.1. Okay, so this, I kind of am just wanting to keep the battle content together, but this is not coming in 7.1. This is coming in 7.15, and it's the Cloud of Darkness Chaotic Raid. This is like the 24-man Savage that they're coming out with. This is completely new to the game. We've never had anything like this before, as far as I'm aware, and I was not expecting to be excited for this. Like, yeah, I like to play Savage, but I've never done like the Deluber and Regine Savage. I do want to do it because I really like the mount from it. And I think like the original fights in Bajda are really cool. Like all of the Bajda raids are pretty good. And they're interesting because you have like all the lost actions. But you can't, like, I think you have to raise with lost actions in Deluber and Regine Savage, which is kind of lame. So I'm excited to have like a normal, just like 24-man Savage. But initially I was not like super duper excited or like interested in it because, you know, 24 players is a lot, and even in 8-man Savages, like you go in Party Finder and, you know, sometimes it's a real struggle bus. And, you know, it's like the more people that are there, the higher your chances that like one person makes a mistake, and it's like this chain reaction, this like domino effect, and then you wipe, like, you know what I mean? So it's like when I think about the fact that there's like 24 people, I'm like, oh man, that's kind of a lot. But I think what got me excited for it was honestly how cool the rewards look, as well as some other things that they're doing with the system. So first of all, they showed like 2 different gears for it. One of them is like, I don't know, black and red. It looks really cool. Not really my style, but I think it is really, really neat. I think a lot of people will like it, but the white and gold one looks really nice. They also have really cool mounts. I think the mounts are what got me the most hype for it. I think the mounts look so cool. Apparently there's also going to be like minions and a hairstyle, but I didn't see the hairstyle, so curious what it's going to be. For the love of God, please let it be like something interesting, not like a dinky, boring ponytail. I'm so sorry, but like we keep getting these boring ass ponytails. Why? Like nothing is ever going to top the Girabanian plates. Like, if you're not even gonna make the ponytail floofy and thick, like, what is the point? Like, why are we getting the dinky, thin-ass hair in a fantasy game, please? Give me the luscious locks again. I cannot deal with this. And then if it's not dinky ponytails, it's dinky short hairs with, like, 5 heads. Like, I mean, can we just get some good... Like, we never get long hair. Even, like, a hairstyle that just is down. Just give me a hairstyle that's down. We just need more. I know we're never gonna get like super long hair like Gaia or like Isail or Reen or anybody, but can we at least get something similar to Great Lengths, like that length, but maybe some like texture to it, maybe some waves, maybe a braid or something, a fishtail, or I don't know. Just like, God, somebody please design something good for once and let the team at Essie actually pick it. I feel like there's actually a lot of people designing really good stuff, and Essie's always picking the safe choices of shit that we already have in the game. Sorry, I'm so sorry. That's another rant. This is another rant tangent. This is what you signed up for today. Anyway, back to the chaotic raid, Cloud of Darkness. Don't know what the hairstyle is going to be. But the other thing I'm really excited about is they're doing a couple different like bonus things. So first of all, if you help new players get through, you will apparently get a bonus reward, which I think is going to be like more tokens or something. Like, you know how Savage Raids give books and then Extreme Trials drop like those tokens? I think it's going to be like that kind of system, but you're going to get more if there's new players and you like help them through it. So it's like the more players are new to it, I think like the more rewards you get or something along those lines, which I think is so cool. I think it's really great to incentivize us to help other players get through this, because I feel like a lot of new players are already so timid about trying to do things like Savage or even Extreme, and they feel like they're going to be like dragging the group down, making mistakes, whatever, where this is not going to make them feel like a burden. It's going to be like, oh, I'm actually helping people by being here, even if I'm new and rusty and like need a little bit of help. It's a win-win for everybody, because it gives an incentive for veteran players to help new players and to give them that advice and to help them through, but then it also makes new players feel less intimidated to join, because they're actually also helping the more veteran players by offering more rewards by being new. It's just a really, really brilliant system. And I think the other great thing about it is like, I think it's good to get more players in Savage and Extreme. Like, why wouldn't you want like a bigger pool of players to play with, right? I think that's really good. So I feel like this will help people take that first step getting into more difficult content. So once they do this, they'll have that experience and they might actually then feel better and have like the experience they need to go into something like Savage, which I think is really, really cool. The other thing they are doing with this is they're adding this like limited time bonus where it will be a bonus on a specific server, or actually data center is the right word. So 1 week or 2 weeks or however long they do it for, it might be in Primal, then they might shift it to be in Aether, then Crystal, etc., right? And I'm curious about how this will work, because they will have to change the current data center travel, I imagine, because right now you can get locked out of different data centers if they're too congested. So it's like, if 1 week they're saying, okay, the chaotic raid is going to be extra rewards if you do it in Primal, and you can't get to Primal, it'll be really bad if it's in Aether, because already you can never get to Aether. Then it's like, what will people do? So I feel like they're going to have to lift the current restrictions. I hope they do, because I honestly hate them. I don't think they're useful at all. I think it's blah. So I think this would be a much better system than restricting it the way they are now. And I'm really curious to see how that will turn out, and I hope that it goes well, I guess. The next thing I'm super hyped for is the contest weapons are getting added. So I don't know if they specified when exactly these are going to be added. I don't know if they're coming in 7.1 or like a later 7.1 patch. But look at how cool some of these contest designs were. My favorites are Dark Knight, the pink Sakura Blossom. This is very me. I will be maxing my Dark Knight just to wear this. I don't play Dark Knight, really. I have it at like 90, but it's gonna be 100 just so I can AFK wearing this weapon because it's beautiful. Pictomancer, I haven't even unlocked, but holy crap, they're giving us this like little magical girl like rod. It's very Sailor Moon, very like Cardcaptor Sakura. Like, I love it. Next, Sage. Just like a set of eating utensils is like so silly and fun. I love it. Black Mage. Teacups with a little Ronka guy in there. Are you kidding me? I love it. Astrologian is very Christmas themed this year with a snow globe, but I think it's really fun. And finally, Machinist with the bouquet of flowers with the gun at the end. That's so memey. Like, oh, I'm gonna give like this person, here's a bouquet of flowers, and then you shoot them. For some reason, I feel like that suits Emmett Salk. I don't know why. Anyway, yeah, the weapons are really, really cool. Next, something I'm super excited about is the Hall of Novice is getting updated. So we have long said that the Hall of the Novice doesn't really give you much. Like, it's somewhat helpful, but not that great. But now they're updating it so that it's going to have all of the different markers that are in the game. So there's going to be like stack markers, tank busters, tethers. There's going to be so much of the markers that are in the game. So instead of new players like just running into this new content having no clue, because how many times have you, either you when you were a new player, have you seen a new player run away with a stack marker? Because I feel like we've all done it or we've all seen it, or both. I feel like for me it was definitely both, because people don't know what they are. And so it's really cool that they're adding this because people will get to know what they are. It's also going to include a help menu that's going to have explanations of all of the different markers with pictures, which I think is amazing, because even as a veteran player, sometimes I feel like I don't know the exact difference between certain things, like sometimes the tethers, even if I do know how to solve them, if that makes sense. I'm just like, what's the difference between this? I don't know. I just think that the whole thing is going to be really helpful. The only shame is that it's not going to be part of the MSQ. It's still going to be optional. And I really think that they just need to slot this into the MSQ somewhere, because I don't know that I think it's easy to miss, because they do ask you to talk to the smith in the MSQ, but just, it feels like not a lot of people are doing it because they don't really know what it is, and it doesn't really give that great of rewards. Like, I do recommend doing it because you get like a little outfit from it, which is cute. It's not an amazing outfit, still kind of newbie feeling, but like it's way better than a lot of the other outfits that you will have at level 15. So, it is what it is, but I do just wish that they would. I really feel like it's time to make it part of the MSQ, because I feel like that would be really, really helpful for new players. And it just seems like something that would be good, but I don't know, maybe they feel like it's too overwhelming. I have no clue. Like, I don't know. It's like one of those things where I have nothing against people learning from other players, and I'm totally willing to explain things to new players. If they run away with a stack marker, I'll just be like, hey, you're supposed to stack with everyone for that. But, yeah, I don't know. I think it'd be cool if it was part of the MSQ, because I also feel like sometimes it's hard to communicate in a game and people don't always want to listen. So if you have the official thing right there, then people will just have it and be like, oh, that person who told me about this was not trying to be mean or lying or trolling or anything. Like, this is actually how you play. I don't know. Okay, next. This one is also more of a quality of life update. Glamour storage. So what they're doing is, if you have the full set of a glamour thing, like it's an actual level 1 set, then you can store it in a single slot. So if you have, like, I don't know, the bridesmaid pieces, where it's like the bridesmaid dress, the shoes, there's also a bottom, like legs. I think that's all there is. I think it's just the dress, the shoes, the legs. Then you'd be able to like store them all as one slot, but you'll still be able to mix and match them on your glamour plates. So basically, if you have a set that's like 4 items, it's now 1. So you're going to be saving space in your glamour dresser. So I'm really, really, really excited about that. They, for now, only have it, they're saying, with level 1 glamours. So it's not going to be everything to start off with, but it's definitely a good start, and I'm excited to see it. Another big quality of life change that will be coming, again, not completely sure if this is going to be exactly in 7.1 or later, but it is that you will be able to copy your settings to another character. So if you've ever made an alt, whether it's on your same server or on a different server in a different data center, it's really annoying because like your HUD, your macros, your hotbars, everything is like back to the like way it was when you first started the game. It's like set at default. And it's kind of annoying because either you have to one by one change all those things, or you have to go into like your file folder, because there's a way to do it with like the file folder on your computer and like copy and paste. And it's just this really annoying thing that you have to do, where now you can actually copy the settings to another character. That's the change that they're adding. So no longer will we have to dig through our folders and be like, which one is the main account? And oh my, because here's the thing is like, imagine like going in your folder and you think you're taking the one from your main character, and then you take the wrong one, and then you overwrite like your main character somehow. Like, it could be horrible. So having a setting in the game to copy settings to a new character is just gonna be so freaking wonderful. The only, I guess, downside is that they have to be on the same service account. So if you have 2 different accounts for whatever reason, it's not going to work. They also have to be on the same device, so you will not be able to copy from, say, a PC to a PS5 or vice versa. But either way, it's a fantastic change, and I freaking love it. Okay, so the last thing I am super excited about is that they are going to be making more graphical update changes addressing character-related feedback. So first of all, there's going to be a free Fantasia for this. However, it is going to be a limited time Fantasia that you'll only be able to redeem during the 7.1 patch cycle. I don't believe it's coming out in 7.1. They said on the slide 7.1x, so we don't quite know yet when we're getting that, but we will be getting it sometime before 7.2, and you have to redeem it during this time before 7.2, I believe, or you won't be able to get it. But they are giving another free one because they're going to be doing some more tweaks to the characters, it seems. Now, I am excited for this just because my character, my Aura, I loved her to pieces. That was the character that I wanted to play for basically the rest of my time in Final Fantasy XIV, unless they came out with like a new race I wanted to try. Eventually I want to try Bunny Boy too, because I want to learn more about male fashion and try to make some fashion videos for dudes, but it's really hard for me because I love playing my female characters so much and I love my female glam so much. But regardless, my kind of thing was that I loved my Aura so much, and my plan was to basically play her for the rest of my time playing the game, you know, aside from the occasional stint on a Bunny Boy or something. But once we got the graphical updates, I hated her, and a lot of people thought I was really dramatic, and even I was like, yeah, I am dramatic, it's fine, it's how I feel. And I figured I'm dramatic right now because it's a shock, and I will probably, you know, see the graphics update. It'll be hard at first, but I'll play for like a month, and I'll probably get used to it. No, I did not get used to it. I played my Aura throughout the MSQ. I had to like change the coloring on her because I really like wearing pink hair, but I had to make it like black because the eyebrows were so light that they looked bad. The light hairs didn't look good on her. Her skin was kind of orangey. It was not good, and I didn't like her lips. The lip shape was horrible. The lip colors were horrible. The lip colors still suck. I hate the way that the lips dye on Aura. It's horrible. It's really bad. The lips also always looked like they were like pinched together, like they were always pursed, or like she was like clenching her teeth. For whatever reason, it almost looked she had like a little bit of mustache, like a little 5 o'clock shadow, like a little like the shading, like a woman mustache, you know? That's kind of what it looked like. And like, no offense to anybody that has that, like, it's natural, it's whatever. But in a fantasy game, I want my character to be perfect, okay? I'm living the fantasy. I can't be this beautiful in real life, but I can be in this game. So I don't really want her to have a 5 o'clock shadow mustache. Like, I don't really want her to have a mustache. And in some lightings, she kind of looked like she had a mustache. And there was just a lot of things. There was just a lot of things about my character that it just, all these tiny little details that I couldn't play her anymore. I Fantasia, that's why I'm a cat girl now. And I am really liking Phase 2 now on Aura. I'm liking Phase 2 Rayan. I don't like Zayla that much anymore. I think it like, okay, I like it on other people. I can't make one that I like. And I'm liking Rayan more. I used to like Zayla more. So it's just like with the graphics update, there's just been a lot of changes. Even though they were like small, even though they were subtle, it did like change my character for me enough that I can't play it anymore, that I don't like her anymore. And it would be really cool if I could like her again, but I kind of am not banking on that. And now I'm excited about the changes, but I also do feel like I don't know what the changes are going to be, but I'm just excited that they're trying. Let me put it that way. But I do almost wonder if it's a bit of a double-edged sword, because it's like, you know, some people are going to like it, some people aren't. And here's what I'll say about like the graphics update, because like people thought I was really dramatic about it. And in some ways, the characters do look better. Like, if I look at the character, like my nose, like the nose on my character in the past versus now, it looks way better. Like, it actually is very crisp, very detailed. She has a nose. Before, it was kind of really shadowy and smudged and pixely, okay? And so I really appreciate that. I really appreciate the updated textures. I really appreciate the crispness. But it's like the features themselves got tweaked, where I feel like, especially like the lips, they lost a lot of personality. They lost a lot of shape. They became very generic. And they also, like, the colors changed in weird ways. And, like, now sometimes you can't really get the color you used to have before. And then also they're, like, less glossy. I feel like the cat girls look really good. That's why I chose Mooncat. Because the colors of the lips dye a lot better, a lot nicer, and still have that gloss, that sheen that I like. Especially if I pick light versus dark, where that's just not a thing on Aura anymore. And then for Phase 2, I really like Phase 2 now, but it's way different. Like, personally, I think Phase 2 looks better, but if you used to be a Phase 2 player, it looks completely different. So you might not like it. You know, some people are going to be like, I like that it used to look kind of droopy and sad. My friend calls it the fish face. So it's like, you know, there's still some preference involved. So I think it looks better, but other people don't because they were attached to their character and how that was. So yeah, it's one of those things where like I'm interested to see what they're going to do with it. And for phase 2, even though I really like it, I feel like the smile looks really awkward because the bottom lip is like too much wider than the top lip. And I don't know how to explain it, just the smile looks really awkward. So I am hoping that the tweaks will make stuff look better, but I'm slightly worried that it'll look worse. But I like that they're trying. I like that they're listening to player feedback. And it would be really cool if my old Ra would look as beautiful as she used to because she was a goddess. And I'd be able to play her again, but I don't know, I don't have that much hope for that. But you know what, like I said, I'm overall excited that they're trying. So those are all of the things that I'm really excited to see coming in 7.1 and all of the 7.1x patches that are coming. And without any further ado, I will stop yapping, but please let me know in the comments what you're most excited for in 7.1 or any of the 0.15, 0.14, whatever the heck patches. Let me know what you're planning to play. Are you planning to do the new Ultimate Raid? What are you excited about? Let me know. And as always, please consider leaving a sacrifice to Lord Algorithm in the form of a like, comment, share, or subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much to my channel members for supporting me. Bye!